I don't know who parks their truck blocking me in. Welcome back to Flint Creek Transport. My name is Justin. Today, I'm running a Jeep, and this thing has got to go back. I say go back. Well, watch me back into this truck. First off, this Jeep we bought new, it now has 84,000 miles on it. We can use pickups a whole lot more around here, just with the different things that we do. The guy that was running this was our sales manager in Rochester, and I got him a pickup, that white half ton. I don't know if you remember that. I think I did a little video on it. Well, he got his truck. Now we're trading this one in on my truck. So I'm just heading down to the dealer right now. I've waited 7 months, 8 months for this truck. This truck is the truck that I'm coming from. So this truck was the one I ran. I put 163 or 164,000 miles on, and it's been a solid truck. I think it's probably safe to say I had one of the most highest mileage vehicles at the shop. So I probably put the most miles on, but I also had the highest mileage vehicle at the shop, or one of the highest mileage vehicles there at the store. Time to upgrade. This ain't no Ford dealer. This ain't no GM dealer. I already have a GM. I have a GMC Yukon. To me, GM doesn't even hold a candle to anywhere close to these trucks. So if I was to buy, like, the top two choices of my trucks were Ford or Ram. You know, I'm kind of a fan of Rams. So what can I say? So long, Jeep. You served us well. Well, guys, here it is, 2022 Ram 1500. She's a beauty. Breathtaking, to say the least. It's got a lot of options. It's even got, let me see here, we got to figure this thing out. There we go. Look at that. Maybe I shouldn't bash GM so bad. We've had a lot of GM trucks in the past, and they weren't the best trucks for us. One of the things that I really like about Ram is that they do offer air suspension. This truck can travel up and down. Not many trucks can do that, and it's a feature that should be on every single pickup, and it should come standard. It's definitely a very nice option to have for towing, for hooking up trailers, whatever you're doing. And not only that, you get a better ride. You think about it, semi trucks have air suspension. They ride on air. You get a much better ride, and it's just a matter of time till Ford, until GM, until some of them catch on and put air suspension in their trucks. And actually, like, my GMC Yukon has air suspension in the back, and I love it because I hook up to the trailer and it starts pumping up air, and it levels it right out. It's always level until you have it, or I should say, don't knock it until you have it. But air suspension is key. I never had it in a pickup before, so this is the first time I've had it in a pickup. And this is, Ram came out with air suspension, I think back in 2012 maybe. It's been out for a little bit. Simply hitting this button right here will raise and lower this truck. It starts blinking, and I can feel the truck start to go down. Here you can see this thing down against. That's the lowest it goes. It's down very low. Now we'll pump it back up. Starting to go up. Now it's up all the way. That's actually overextended a little bit. So they would call that like off-road. You got a lot of clearance. All right, I better get into some paperwork just to give you a little idea what the two trucks look like side by side. 2014, 2022, or 2022, I should say. They're sitting about the same height, but this one has air suspension, so it's actually down at the lowest setting. So I gave you a little look what this thing looks like side by side with an old one. So kind of switching gears, going to trailers. So I say we're a seasonal company. We haul a lot of seasonal things. That's kind of why I say we're a seasonal company. Look at all these trailers, all right? I mean, we still use these some, but not that much. Oh, by the way, for you guys asking about that truck, there it is. Truck 151. So check out all these flatbed trailers over here too. It just, the stone side obviously is slow, and that's why all these trailers are sitting around. I went and just picked up another flatbed, but gives you a little idea. All these trailers are sitting, we're not doing much with them here in the winter. And then pull out back here, we got, there's a walk-in floor sitting over there. And then we have, there's some belt trailers and some walk-in floors over here. If you look, there's no tank trailers. Tank trailers are gone. We go from walk-in floors to tanks to flatbeds. I mean, it depends on the demand. Kind of depends what we're doing for the day or for the week. It varies. It changes so much. Seasonal, it's fun. It's what keeps it exciting, and I think the drivers really like doing different things as well. They're not always doing the exact same thing every single day. That's the beauty of working here is, you know, one day you can pull a reefer, the next day flatbed or walking floor, or if you kind of wanted to just run walking floor, you can do that too, or just run flatbed. I say the majority of the time you can do that. Every once in a while, if something gets real slow, you know, we might pull guys off a walking floor or whatever, but for the most part, there's pretty consistent work within each category. And if you're wondering what we haul in our tank trailers, this time of the year, it's a lot of road brine or calcium chloride, calcium products to spray on the roads. So when you see those big DOT trucks spraying stuff on the road, that's the stuff we're hauling. It's the stuff that I hate. It's kind of ironic, but it's the stuff that makes our trucks look all nasty. In a sense, we're getting paid to haul the stuff that makes our trucks look nasty. How crazy is that? Another snowstorm. The first snowstorm for this Ram. We got probably 8 to 10 inches overnight. Still 19, 20 degrees, cold. Most of the trucks are here. There's a few of the trucks that went out. A day like today, we like to just get as many trucks as we can off the road. I gotta go plow some snow, and I'll show you how we do snow plowing around here. We got a problem. So first off, I gotta prove to you guys that this is a working truck. We do utilize it in the winter. After I plow a little snow, then I'm gonna come in and show you something that this truck and this truck have in common.
Some days you never know what you get into in a day at work. It's a blistering snow out. and the boss has got to get his toy out to see if he can push snow with his airlift bumper. Nobody really grows up.
Later, I got these massive snow piles here. Look at this. So if you're really wanting to push snow, guys, Kenworth, flip bumper, air suspension, necessary. Look at those piles. This thing's warmed up now. You gotta always have a little fun when you're pushing snow too. 3 spin. I couldn't get a donut. Couldn't get my RPMs up. I just wanted to kill the RPMs. I'm like, what's going on? But I think what the problem is this ASR off-road, I don't know if you can see that right there. Something is not right. That switch, that lever actually goes to the foot bumper, but it must be on, and we gotta get that off. Not that I want to burn out, but just in case these guys do actually get stuck and they can't go. So we're gonna have to work on that. That's why I can't do donuts. It was a attempt. All right, we're gonna pull this thing back in the shop and I'll show you some more tricks. Yeah, it's filthy. So this is one of the things that I really wanted this truck actually to come in later in the spring. Unfortunately, it's in the New York salt, in the New York snow. So one of the things that these two trucks have in common is air ride. Believe it or not, both of these trucks are riding on air completely around. So obviously this truck, front suspension up and down, that can raise and lower. This truck, the exact same thing, 4-corner air suspension. I think Ram had been the only truck to do it for a long time. Since then, I think Toyota now offers it. It's only a matter of time till GM and Ford get on the bandwagon. It's gonna happen. And it's definitely a very smooth ride, very nice ride. And like I said, the cool thing is it's 4-corner, so I can drop the suspension or I can raise the suspension. So right now, it's sitting at its highest. So as far as the specs of what this thing travels, I had to Google it because I don't know exactly, and I could measure it. So the normal ride height is 8.7 inches, and that's measured from the base of the door sill. The aero mode, which after you're cruising, this will lower the truck by 1/2 inch. When you're cruising, and I see it when I'm cruising down the road in the dash, it'll say aero mode, and it'll drop the truck 1/2 inch. Now I can hit it to off-road 1, and that lifts the truck by 1 inch. Off-road 2 lifts the truck by 2 inches. And then the entry-exit mode, which is down against right now, lowers the truck by 2 inches. So you have basically 4 inches of travel. Enough of pickup truck stuff. Remember I was telling you guys about Guatemala? I have family in Guatemala, and it has been almost 6 years since I've been down to see my family. We actually planned this past summer to go down, but then all the COVID restrictions and blah, blah, you name it. It was a lot of stuff that was just like, it's not possible. The way everything held out, we weren't able to go down this past summer. So we kind of booked this trip for this winter. And back in November, I bought tickets. Actually, it might have been October I bought tickets to go to Guatemala. I had to do a little bit of changing. This time we are flying from Rochester, New York to Atlanta. And then we have a layover in Atlanta. It is a 8 or 10 hour layover. Then we fly from Atlanta to Mexico City, and from Mexico City to Tapachula, Mexico. And from Tapachula, Mexico, we then drive through the border into Guatemala. I had the option of a layover in Atlanta, Georgia, or a layover in Mexico City. This is all of us going. I say all of us. This is 8. I got 6 children. The oldest 15, the youngest 1. So I'm not laying over in Mexico City. I'm laying over in Atlanta all day long. So that was kind of my option. So we're hanging out in Atlanta for an evening or for a night and heading out the next morning. And then on the way back, we fly right out of Guatemala City and we fly right to Atlanta, and from Atlanta to Rochester. So that's basically the extent of this trip. But I'm taking my camera with, I'm taking you guys along, and it's gonna be probably a little bit of everything. These guys have a feed mill, they have a trucking company, and they have some other things. I don't know what all they get into down there, but stay tuned, and we're going to try to talk about what all they do. Hopefully it'll be pretty interesting. I want to see what they do in Guatemala different. I know they buy trucks from the States and get them down there. We'll see what trucks they're running in Guatemala. With that, guys, we'll see you in the next one. Peace out.